Sa isang bansang puno ng ingay ng politika at kontrobersya, sino ang nagsasabi ng totoo? Sino ang nasa panig ng bayan? Welcome to Bayang Pinas, ang news channel na hindi takot maglatag ng katotohanan. Dito, pinag-uusapan natin ang mga isyong may kinalaman sa kinabukasan mo, politika, pamahalaan at ang tunay na kalagayan ng ating bansa. Hindi kami bayad, hindi kami bulag. Sa Bayang Pinas, ang boses ng mamamayan ang tunay na headline. Kaya kung sawang-sawa ka na sa mga baluktot na impormasyon at scripted na kwento, dito ka na. Dito sa Bayang Pinas, tayo ang bantay at boses ng bayan. Kung gusto mong manatiling mulat at informed, don't forget to like, share, and most importantly, subscribe dahil sa panahon ngayon, ang kaalaman ay kapangyarihan. Ito ang Bayang Pinas, balitang totoo, pusong makabayan para sa sambayanang Pilipino. Tara na't alamin ang tunay na balita.
Unahan ko na, Congressman Swansing, hindi ka makakalusot dito kay Congressman Isidro Umab pagdating sa budget. Kaya naman mga kababayan, kung tayo tatanungin, ang dapat na appropriation chairperson ay walang iba kundi si Congressman Isidro Umab. Dito sa video na to, alamin natin kung bakit nakasimangot. Etong si Congressman Bernadette Herrera. Pero bago wala ganyan mga kababayan, kung bago lang ho kayo sa PH Update, isang like at isang subscribe, masaya na ho tayo dyan. At sa mga gustong sumali sa ating community, yung join button, nandyan lang ho sa baba. Ayun na nga mga kababayan, dire-diretso na ho tayo. Dito ho tayo kay Congressman.
Pag meron silang nakitang kailangan pa, pwedeng dagdagan. Biro nyo, yung 2024, nagastos na't lahat. Ngayon pa lang namin tinatanong, saan nyo ginastos ang pondong ito?
Naku po, budget R. Naku. Talaga naman.
Kaya po kami nababahala dito sa Unprogrammed Appropriations of 531. Ang total na dinownload ng DBM sa DPWH galing sa Unprogrammed Appropriations ay 244,741,966,000 at a staggering amount of 155,881,104,000 ay para dun sa SAGIP program na tinanong ko, magkano ang napunta sa flood control? Ang sagot po sa amin ay 80 billion. Bakit po kami humingi ng detalye? Yun nga po ang masakit. Wala pong detalye. Hindi po ba dapat ang budget natin palagi walang lump sum? Dapat naka-line item. Kaya po siya nagiging controversial ngayon kasi bigla na lang siyang bumababa doon sa ehensya nang hindi na natin alam kung saan siya mapupunta at para sa ang programa at proyekto. Biro nyo, yung 2024, nagastos na't lahat. Ngayon pa lang namin tinatanong, saan nyo ginastos ang pondong ito? At
Nako. Ang mga ganyang klaseng katanungan hindi pa rin ho nabibigyan ng makabuluhang kapaliwanagan nga nitong si Committee on Appropriation Swansing, di ba? Dapat itong si Mika Swansing, kung gusto niya talagang mapakita na talagang transparent, magiging hindi nakagaya ng mga nagdaang budget, itong 2026 budget. Lahat ng katanungan, pati yung small committee, siya na mismo ang mag-initiate ng effort para mailabas. Yung mga records na yan. Kaso, itong si Ma'am Bernadette, parang hanggang sa ngayong panahon na to, hindi pa rin ho ata nabigyan ng kasagutan yung mga katanungan na yan.
80 billion po dito ay napunta sa flood control program.
Grabe, 80
Kaya
billion.
po ang aming suggestion, dapat itigil po ang practice ng unprogram. Pag nakolekta, pwede naman pong bumalik sa Kongreso at gawa ng line item para nang sa ganon alam po ng taong bayan kung saan gagastusin.
For years, this has been a source of flexibility, perhaps too much flexibility. Kung kami lang po ang masusunod, wala na sanang unprogrammed funds.
Ang maganda po kasi doon sa kasalukuyang provision na yon is it gives the
flexibility
to be able to move across programs. For example, in the case of the contingent fund, there may be
yung flexibility para manakaw. Para manakaw, yun ang gusto niya, flexibility, di ba? Hindi, ilagay na natin, i-line item na natin. Di ba, i-line item na natin, hindi yung flexibility. Ano flexibility para manakaw, kagaya na nangyari sa 23, 24, 25 budget. Ito naman si Mika Swansing, oo. Ayusin ho natin yan.
Instances wherein towards the end of the year, there would be, sawa naman po na siya sana hindi, but there would be a calamity, malaki pong calamity, or maybe perhaps during the COVID time, there's a national health emergency all of a sudden that was unprogrammed, definitely, unanticipated when the budget was being developed. So that particular provision po kasi is able to give that flexibility to funnel resources towards where they're most needed.
Yun lang naman po, Madam Sponsor, ang sinasabi namin. If, for example, instead of that provision, baka we can specify for national emergencies, baka pwedeng ilagay natin yun. Dun lang siya mag-a-apply. Hindi po ba? Instead of parang a general or a catch-all phrase where we can just move from one item to the other, baka ho pwedeng ganun na lang, maglagay tayo ng in case of national emergencies, then this will apply.
Ang malala pa po dito, meron na namang special provision. Kaya alam niyo po, babantayan na po natin ang special provision talaga ngayon. Nakalagay po dito, amounts under unprogrammed appropriations. The DBM is hereby authorized to approve the following. Letter A, modification of amounts within the authorized purposes. Letter B, use of amounts under the purposes of the unprogrammed appropriations, except for the budgetary support to GOCCs and the support to foreign assisted projects as additional appropriations to cover deficiencies in the amounts authorized in any of the purposes under the unprogrammed appropriations. Meaning, kahit isinabatas na po namin sa special provision na ito lang ang gagastusin, pag meron silang nakitang kailangan pa, pwedeng dagdagan. Katulad lang po ng isang halimbawa. Ito pong public health. Okay naman itong pinagpuntahan dahil napunta po sa ating mga healthcare workers. Pero gagawin ko lang po itong halimbawa. Katulad po dito, malinaw po doon sa aming special provision na ang inapprove lang po naming amount ay 2,351,880,000. Pero ang naibaba po ay 27,453,233. Nakalagay po yan sa ating GAA of 2023 na 2 billion lang ang gastos para dyan. Pero dahil kapos at kinailangan, kinuha sa ibang purposes at nilipat para sa ganitong purpose. Buti dito, maganda ang purpose para sa ating mga healthcare workers. Pero 25 billion only at the discretion of an agency.
Mr. Speaker, my distinguished colleague, upon referring with the DBM, that's something that we will take a look at. Also on the part of the Committee on Appropriations, looking at that particular special provision, titignan po natin, we need to strike a balance between safeguards versus it being permissive enough to respond to what's most needed given the current situation. So, titignan po namin kasi po, I agree, kasi medyo generic siya. For purposes number 3 to 11, if I remember correctly, that's how it's worded. So, we'll take a look at whether we can add a little bit more level of specificity para lang po mas may safeguards po tayo as to particular purposes na pwede pong lilipatan in case of deficiencies.
Thank you for that, Madam Sponsor. That's all we ask.
Pero sa akin po, mas maganda to put a stop to it at mas maganda
Stop na yan.
mag-supplemental budget para hingin po ulit ang budget. At kung sakasakali na ituloy pa rin ng program appropriations, talaga pong minumungkahi ko, hindi pwedeng isang approval lang ang GAA ng program and unprogram. Dapat hiwalay. Dapat hindi na magkakaroon ng may flexibility kung ano lang talaga ang dapat use nito. Doon lamang
Doon
dadalhin.
lang.
At dapat naka-itemize yung expected.
Isipin niyo ho yung mga sinasabi na yan, itong si Congresswoman Bernadette Herrera, di ba? Itong si Congressman BH. Mantakan niyo ho, doon sa mga ika nga, kababayan nating hindi ho ganun kataas ang pinag-aralan. Paano nila maiintindihan? Yung unprogram, GAA, paano ho? Diba? Kaya itong mga politiko na to, hindi itong si Ma'am BH ha, yung mga magnanakaw sa pamahalan, gusto ho nilang manatiling mang-asambay ng Pilipino para pagka pinagbabalo-baluktot yung mga salita, mga letra, hindi na ho natin maintindihan at hahayaan na lang ho natin lumipas itong mga kabuktutan na to. Kaya naman, diyan ho papasok yung mga vlogger na mga talagang hindi binusalan ng pera, ika nga, na mga nagaharing uri diyan sa Malacanang. Diyan papasok ang third floor studio, mga banateros, yung mga itong sila Ma'am Joey, di ba? Yan ho kasi mahuhusay, panoorin niyo ho yung mga yan. Kahit huli na ho si PH, sila na huunahin nyo. Kahit kunyari, tipong napanood nyo na lahat ng mga video nila, no? Tapos naisip nyo, parang gusto nyo pong manood. Dun pa lang ho kayo manonood ng PH Update. Ako na ho pinakahuli kasi ako dito ho kayo pinaka-ika nga, walang matututunan. Doon ho kayo sa kanila. Diba? Ito, kumbaga, para maging edukado, kahit pa paano yung mga kababayan natin hindi nakapagtapos sa pamamagitan ng mga vlogger para maipaliwanag itong mga ika nga paksa na to. Meron no kasing expertise yung mga yan eh. Kagaya ng sila Ma'am Joey, experto yan yung mga third floor studio. Yung mga ano na yan, yung mga salita-salita na yan, naku talaga natatalakay ho nila, nasasalansa nila ng maayos yan. Ngayon pagdating sa balagbagan, yan, mga banateros number 1 dyan. Di ba? Malulupit ho yung mga yan. Tayo, wala naman tayong bilang. Yan sila ho talagang malulupit, ika nga. Kaya pag maging tayo, pinapanood natin yung mga yan. Kasi iduluho natin talaga yung mga yan. Panoorin nyo ho. Sabay-sabay ho tayong matuto. Ika nga, ma-educate ho tayo sa mga video. Itong mga vlogger na to na mayroong prinsipyo at paninindigan. Tuloy.
Na hindi
Ayun na, tapos na ho. Tapos na. Ito, kala ko dati wala pang asawa to si Ma'am BX eh. Gandang-ganda ako dati dyan eh. Kasi ang liit niya, ang cute niya, di ba? Yung tipong pitit-pitit siya pero ngayon tumaba na. Kaya naman tatanggalin na natin mukha niya dyan. Eto na, punta na ho tayo dito kay Sandro, dito kay Charis. Yan, Charis, meron ka pang masigabong palakpakan. A round of applause. Ito na. Game.
House Bill number 4058. Madam Speaker, pursuant to Section 106 of our rules, I move to amend by substitution the entire bill as contained in Committee Report number 7 with the contents of the substitute bill earlier distributed to all the members. I so move, Madam Speaker.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Bam.
Majority Leader.
Bam.
Madam Chair, this is not an objection. I just want to be clarified.
Majority Leader.
If the
yes.
Majority Leader would
Madam
allow.
Speaker, I move to recognize the Honorable
The hon-
Sibungab.
The
Again,
Honorable
this is an
Tidongab is
objection. I just want
recognized.
to be clarified because a substitute bill is actually a new bill. And if we look at our rules, consolidation and substitution are both considered the same. By way of substituting the new bill, are we not going to introduce a new bill? Because as per my experience at the committee level in the past, when there are about 2 or more bills related, they are consolidated into one and substituted. Well, in this case, if we substitute now during the period of amendment, will it not require a new procedure, a new process going back to debating?
Majority Leader, please
Yes.
respond.
Madam Speaker, to respond to the query of the gentleman from Davao, again, as previously mentioned under Section 106 of our rules covering amendments, it says on the top of page 68, a motion by the Majority Leader to amend by substitution of the entire bill or joint resolution shall precede consideration of individual amendments to the bill or joint resolution under consideration.
Yes, I do accept that. As again, I am not objecting, but I just want to be clarified with the procedure, considering that it is a new bill. So I remember there was one instance in the past, in the reproductive health bill, that during the period of amendments, a substitute bill was introduced and it was accepted by the author, the late Honorable Lagman. But the new bill was also subjected to a new kind of debate. I'm just saying this and for just purposes of accepting the explanation. I'm just pointing out that a new bill will require another procedure. So I just hope that it will be addressed, Mr. Speaker.
Your comments duly noted. Majority Leader.
Yes, Madam Speaker, just to continue with the query of Kong Ungab, there were 7 instances in which this rule was used, particularly with the Create More Bill, the Cooperative Code, Maharlika Bill, Bayanihan Tahilas 1, Reproductive Health, the BARMM law, and the Train law, all of which were replaced by substitute bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just want to Because if our purpose is to replace the small committee procedure, then the purpose is for transparency. So this should be more transparent.
Madam Speaker,
Majority Leader.
with regards to that query, may I move that we request the sponsor, Kong Swan Singh, for her clarification.
Thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Swan Singh, you're recognized.
Madam Speaker, in terms of the procedure, so all the amendments that were incorporated into the second reading version of the General Appropriations Bill, which were circulated to the members earlier before the plenary session, were deliberated on by the Budget Amendments Review Subcommittee last October 8, 2025. So all of the whole deliberation was live streamed. Then it lasted for around, I believe, 20 hours in total, including the first Budget Amendments Review Subcommittee. So in terms of transparency, we can vouch for that on the part of the Committee on Appropriations, as well as the Budget Amendments Review Subcommittee, that all of the amendments were deliberated on and are reflected in the second reading version, and there will be no other amendments that will be incorporated into the General Appropriations Bill after it is approved on second reading. So we can commit to our distinguished colleague, the Honorable Isidro Ungab, that all the amendments were deliberated on, that are accordingly reflected in the second reading version, and there will be no other amendments after the GAB is approved on second reading.
Thank you, Honorable Swan Singh. Majority Leader.
Yes, Madam Speaker, thank you. That being the case, I repeat my motion. I move to amend by substitution the entire bill as contained in Committee Report Number 7 with the contents of the substitute bill earlier distributed to all the members. I so move, Madam Speaker.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Majority Leader.
To the sponsoring chairman, this is an objection at the same time since the chair has ruled an appeal to the decision of the chair.
Majority Leader.
Not to decrease further the budget of the Office of the Vice President. Sobra na ang laki ng ibinaba ng budget ng opisina ng Office of the Vice President. Despite the drastic reductions for...
Madam Speaker,
Majority Leader.
may we request that the Honorable Ungab stick to the motion to appeal the ruling of the sponsor rather than have an explanation?
Yes, Madam Speaker. The budget of the OVP has been deducted 2 times already in 2024 and 2025, and another reduction in 2026 with really, I would say, cripple the office. Only 2/3 of the original budget has been left. So I move to, I would like to appeal the decision of the chair. Mr. Speaker.
Majority Leader.
Madam Speaker, there being an appeal, Madam Speaker, there is an appeal to the ruling of the chair to reject the proposed amendment. I now move to divide the House. For the information of the body, an aye vote sustains the appeal and the nay vote defeats it. The majority kindly solicits a nay vote.
All those in favor to the appeal say aye. Aye. All those against say nay. Nay. The nays have it. The appeal is lost. Majority Leader.
Mga basura ho talaga. May araw din kayo. Walang nga talaga kayo eh. Wala na. 2024, binawasan ng budget. 25, talagang tinapyasan. Maging dito sa 26, talaga hong inaano nila eh. Binabaldaho nila nga, di ba? Yung tipong pinaparalyze nila ang opisina ng tanggapan ng pangalawang Pangulo para hindi makapagtrabaho, hindi makabuelo sa 2028. Anak ng tekandara bata. Sa bagay, nakikita naman ho yan ng ating mga kababayan, di ba? Kung sakaling lumapit ho kayo sa opisina ng pangalawang Pangulo at nanghihingi ho kayo ng tulong, pagka hindi ho kayo napagbigyan, hindi ho kasalanan yun ni VP. Kasalanan ho yan ng mga magnanakaw na congressman na na ika nga sila ho talaga ang pinakasangkot dito sa iskandalo ng flood control na to. Pero pagdating mo sa budget nitong si BP Sara, akala mo kung sinong mga santo. Ayaw, ano to ka, budget na yan eh. Hindi na confidential and intelligence fund yan. O sige, pagpalagay na natin, may issue kayo dun sa confi fund ni BP. Pero to hindi na confi fund to. Budget na to. Naka-audit na to. Anong tawag dito? Naka-COA na to. Yun ngang confidential fund, hindi pa nga sila magkasundo kung mayroong problema o walang problema. Pero tayo dito, nagkakasundo tayong lahat na walang problema. Bakit? Kasi hindi magnanakaw ang mga Duterte. Pero yung mga Marcos at Romualdez, sigurado ako 100% magnanakaw yung mga yan.
Madam Speaker, moving on, I move that we recognize the Honorable Antonio Tino for his individual amendments.
The Honorable Antonio L. Tino from the
May panahon yan. May panahon din kayo, mga walang yaka kayo. Lipat na ho tayo dito kay Senator Bato de la Rosa. Pakinggan ho muna natin itong si Congressman Paulo Marcoleta kung ano yung kanyang individual
Marcoleta of Sagip Party List for his individual amendments.
The Honorable Paulo Henry Marcoleta from Sagip Party List is recognized for his individual amendment.
Madam Speaker, before I begin with my amendment, let me just manifest na lahat po ng aming proposed amendments
Please
ng
proceed to
minority
your amendment.
ay nireject po.
Honorable Marcoleta, please proceed to your amendment.
At ang Vice President na budget lang po ang inapprove ng plenaryo.
What's your amendment, Honorable
Yun lang
Marcoleta?
naman po. Anyway, Madam Speaker, this representation manifests a reduction to the funding items listed under the Presidential Communications Office, specifically under Item 2, lines 9 to 13, page 17 of House Bill number 4058, allocating the amount of 1,400,150,000 to the PCO for the hosting of the ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026. As I have pointed out previously and repeatedly, it is my position that this funding is redundant, unnecessary, excessive, and a potential avenue for misuse or corruption. Meron na pong 10.7 billion na nakalodge sa Office of the President para sa ASEAN Summit. At a total of 17.450 billion for this ASEAN chairship. Yung pong 1.4 billion para sa PCO ay isang kalabisan. Kaya gusto ko po ay ilipat ito sa mga ahensya na mas karapat dapat makatanggap.
Yan.
Madam Speaker, may I proceed with the proposed line
Please
amendments?
proceed.
Ang taray naman nagpe-preside ng hearing. Di ba? Ang taray niya.
Madam
Parang
Speaker,
mga Latino.
I have the following proposed amendments to the General Appropriations Bill. For PCO proper, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, line 9, page 17, item 2, Office of the President, delete 553,703,000,000. I'm sorry, 553,703,000.
What's the pleasure for sponsoring chair?
Actually, I have several
Please
lines.
proceed then.
Shall I recite
Honorable
them line by
Marcoleta,
line?
please continue. Please complete your amendment,
Okay.
Honorable Marcoleta.
For PCO BCS, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, located in line 10, page 17, item 2, delete 17,673,000. For PCO NIB, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings 2026, line 11, page 17, item 2, delete 284,000. For PCO Philippine Information Agency, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, line 12, page 17, item 2, delete 20,617,000. For PCO PBS RTVM, appropriation for ASEAN Summit and meetings in 2026, line 13, page 17, item 2, delete 807,873,000, and correspondingly add this corresponding sum of 900 million to DepEd OSEC for build or repair of classrooms, and add 450,150,000 to NIA irrigation systems, and add 50 million to DICT, CICC for intelligence funds. That's all for PCO.
What's the pleasure of our sponsoring chair?
Madam Speaker, before I respond to the amendment, I would just like to manifest a response of the committee with regard to the first statement of the Honorable Marcoleta. All the proposals with regard to amendments that were submitted